The night was cold, the city lights glimmered below like 1,000 fireflies, and the wind howled against the glass walls of the skyscraper. On the rooftop of one of the tallest buildings, a young woman stood trembling, one hand resting protectively over her swollen belly. Her name was Isabella, the wife of a powerful CEO. Her eyes, wide with fear, locked on the figure approaching her, the mistress, a woman burning with jealousy and rage. With one sudden, merciless shove, Isabella's body was hurled off the rooftop into the empty, terrifying void of the night. For a moment, everything froze, the air, her breath, her heartbeat. Everyone believed this was the end. But fate had written a story that no one could have imagined, a story of survival, strength, betrayal, and ultimate triumph. Sparkles, before we go deeper into Isabella's heart-wrenching journey, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of resilience, please take a moment to like this video, comment your thoughts, share it with someone who needs inspiration, and subscribe to Royal Stories. Your support keeps these powerful stories alive. Sparkles. Isabella had not been born into wealth or comfort. She was a simple girl raised in a quiet countryside town, where the rhythm of life was slow, and dreams were often modest. But Isabella had always believed she was meant for something bigger. Her beauty was not just in her face but in her kindness and humility, qualities that first caught the attention of Alexander, the young and ambitious CEO of one of the nation's largest corporations. Their whirlwind romance stunned the elite circles. People whispered how a simple girl captured the heart of a man who had everything. Isabella thought she had found her fairytale ending. She gave her love, her loyalty, and soon, her womb carried the child that was supposed to seal their family's happiness. But Alexander was not a man of constancy. The deeper he rose in wealth and power, the further he drifted from Isabella. Business trips grew longer, his presence colder, and whispers of a mistress started circling. The mistress, Cassandra, was everything Isabella was not: bold, glamorous, ruthless. Where Isabella's gentleness was once a strength, Alexander began to see it as weakness. Cassandra saw Isabella as an obstacle to her own rise, and envy gnawed at her like a beast. The breaking point came one night when Isabella, now 7 months pregnant, stumbled upon Alexander and Cassandra in his office, their intimacy leaving no room for denial. The betrayal crushed her heart, yet she did not scream or cause a scene. She walked away in silence, clutching her belly, whispering prayers for her unborn child. But silence did not protect her. Cassandra's hatred grew, feeding on the belief that Isabella's very existence kept Alexander from fully giving himself to her. And so, on that rooftop, Cassandra decided to end Isabella once and for all. As Isabella's body plummeted from the towering height, time seemed to slow. She thought of her child, of the life she still wanted to give, of the home she dreamed of where laughter would fill the rooms instead of silence. And then, by some twist of destiny, her body struck a scaffolding netting set up by construction workers several stories down. The fall was broken, her life spared, though she was left battered, broken, and unconscious. When the paramedics rushed her to the hospital, doctors fought against impossible odds. Both mother and child hovered on the brink between life and death. Against every expectation, Isabella survived. Her baby, fragile, premature, but miraculously breathing, also survived. The city buzzed with shock, the headlines calling her survival nothing short of divine intervention. But survival was only the beginning of Isabella's battle. Her body bore scars, her heart carried deeper ones, and she faced a world where her husband had abandoned her for the very woman who had tried to kill her. Alexander's empire continued to shine, his public image untarnished, while Isabella was left to heal alone, learning how to walk again, how to hold her child, how to build a life from nothing. Nights were the hardest. She would sit by her baby's crib, tears streaming silently, wondering why life had tested her so cruelly. Yet every small giggle, every tiny hand gripping her finger gave her strength to rise again. The whispers of her survival turned into admiration. People who had once looked down on her as the simple wife, now saw her as a phoenix rising from the ashes. Isabella found unexpected support, friends, strangers, even business leaders who admired her resilience. She began working quietly, putting her education and determination to use, building small initiatives for mothers and children abandoned like her. Her voice, once timid, grew powerful as she spoke for the voiceless. Invitations came for her to share her story, and each time, her presence inspired countless hearts. Meanwhile, Alexander's empire began to crumble. His choices, once hidden, slowly leaked into the light. Investors lost confidence, scandals arose, and Cassandra's poisonous influence turned his life into a battlefield. While Isabella's star was rising through resilience and compassion, Alexander's fell through arrogance and betrayal. He came back, years later, broken and regretful, seeing the woman he once discarded standing tall, admired by thousands, holding their thriving son's hand. For the first time, Alexander realized he had lost not just a wife but the very essence of what true strength looked like. Isabella listened but did not allow his tears to sway her. She had learned through pain that forgiveness was not the same as returning to the past. She forgave for her own peace but refused to give him the power to hurt her again. Her journey had taught her that strength sometimes means walking away forever. She and her son moved forward, embracing life with gratitude, courage, and the kind of love that no betrayal could ever destroy. And so, the woman who was once pushed off a rooftop, left to die with her unborn child, rose higher than any rooftop could ever reach. She became living proof that no force of cruelty or envy could silence a heart that chooses to fight for love, life, and dignity. Sparkles, if Isabella's story touched your heart, please don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, and subscribe to Royal Stories. Your support helps keep these real, emotional journeys alive for others. Sparkles. Speech balloon special request to comment. What would you have done in Isabella's place? Would you forgive and let go, or would you fight back differently? Share your thoughts below, we love hearing your voices.